Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I'm a West Ham fan. Um, I love the club, and they're amazing. But right now, um, it's ridiculous what's happening, honestly. It's absolutely ridiculous. So like I said, I've been kind of wanting to make this video for a while, but I was kind of waiting to see if anything happened. Essentially, going into the Newcastle game, it it kind of brought up that, like, the idea was brought up that Lopetegui had two games, Newcastle game and the Arsenal game. And if things didn't go the way we wanted it to go, obviously getting the win, he was gone. It was over for him. And I went into the Newcastle game thinking, I don't want him here in the club anymore. And we're gonna lose really bad in that Newcastle game. I he has had a lot of time. He's had he had months. He even had the preseason, right? Obviously. And I'm not seeing anything there. It feels like we're just getting worse. Like I haven't seen like an improvement really. Although that Newcastle game, I don't know what he did that game, but masterclass. That was one of our. Well, I don't really want to say masterclass because we still weren't the best, right? But that was by far one of the best performances we have had this season so far. But that doesn't mean that like that's the best we can do. There's obviously so much more that we can do. But that game really surprised me, and so I was like, okay, yes, he did this performance. We won against Newcastle, but how long is that gonna stand for, right? Because before Newcastle, a majority for the season, we just have not been doing good. He has not been employing the tactics that need to be employed for us to be good. Like his tactics have been getting exploited and like just fought against really well pretty much every game. I mean, I think at this point in the season, every team knows you're gonna go against West Ham. Just get a good through pass in. They have such a high defensive line; they're never getting back to it. The defenders are slow; they're never getting back to it. And that's what happened to us every single time. I mean, at the Leicester game, I'm kind of jumping ahead of what I want to say, but at the Leicester game, first goal against Jamie Vardy, boom, through ball, Jamie Vardy's gone. They're not catching him and he scores. And it's the same that happens every single game. This even happened during preseason. We got exposed by that long ball preseason. And we're still trying to do this with honestly without any difference in how we're doing it. It's ridiculous. But anyways, we won Newcastle. I still don't want him here. I didn't want him after the win because I think things need to change, and I think we should have sacked him before international break or like just right after the last game, right? Because that gives the new manager time to, maybe a week or two to work with the players that are there. It's exactly what Manchester United did, basically. Um, I thought that was a good idea, and I thought we should have done that. We didn't. And then we went into the Arsenal game, and I feel like a lot of fans, including myself, we knew we're gonna lose this game. This game is done. We've not that I don't have hope for the team or whatever, but it just I knew we were gonna lose. And I guess what I was hoping for was the fact that we don't get demolished, like last time. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that we didn't lose really, really, really bad. Um, and we kind of did. I think if we had lost 5-0 there, Lopetegui would be gone by now. He would have for sure been gone. But we got two goals. I mean, Emerson's free kick. Oh my god, right? Like whew, that was crazy. I mean, James Ward-Prowse last season was oh, we're gonna equal David Beckham's record, blah blah blah, and here comes Emerson. Oh my god, who would have thought? Not me, not me. Anyways, we lost that game. Expected. Um, Obviously the first half was crazy. For a neutral, you're probably like, wow, this is a crazy game, and the second half was just it was dead. I think at that point, and in the second half, I think it was at the point where Arsenal didn't want to risk any injuries. They didn't want to risk losing, right? So they kept like a decent team on there, but they weren't pressuring as hard. But they were making sure that nothing was really getting by. And I feel West Ham kind of accepted that this game's gone. Um, just kind of chill. It's just like a chill second half, I guess. Um, but now we go into Leicester. Ruud van Nistelrooy's first game with Leicester. So theoretically, you might be thinking, West Ham should secure this one. Either way, West Ham should have secured this one. Either way, right? Because Leicester just have not been good. They really haven't been good. And then now that they just got a new manager, do you think they would have had time to really implicate or like put in the tactics that they wanted to do? Not really, and yet they were able to do like the tactics, the general tactics. They were able to kind of get that down a little bit and beat us with it. Um, and we should have won that game. Plain and simple, we should have won 30 shots. I think it was on target. 30 shots. And it takes into the 90th, I think it was 93rd minute for Nicholas Fulkrug to get a header in. Okay, I will say, for that game, it was a mix of people's faults. The players tried their best. Obviously, 30 shots, right? The players were doing their best. But that third goal, I will never put that third goal on Lopetegui. That was just very, very poor defending. Like, I don't know how that's allowed. Extremely poor defending that was able to go through. It was terrible, is what it was. So I can't put that on Lopetegui. That was on the defense. I forgot who. I forgot if it was Kilman or Mavropanos. I think it was Mavropanos. It's terrible. But the second goal and the first goal, I would say, is on Lopetegui. The first goal is, again, the high line thing that he's trying to I keep forgetting the word, that he's trying to put into the system, right? He's trying to implement this high line system. And it's just not working. Like, it's sometimes, yeah, when we go against maybe the lesser teams, even then we're still losing. But it just didn't work. Vardy just got through, like I said before, one through pass. I mean, you got to start changing what you're trying to do here. You have to. This is ridiculous. You're just trying to stick to this game after game after game after game, and every single team just already knows it's happening. They know what to do. And then the second goal, Krufal, I always feel like I'm saying his name wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. He's on a yellow card. And what does Leicester do? They just push him on the wing because he can't take as many risks because he's on a yellow card. He doesn't want to get the other yellow card and get out of here. Leicester knows this. They apply this pressure. They made the substitutes to do this plan. And Lopetegui doesn't do anything. Like, there's no way you're going into halftime knowing, okay, this is what they're kind of doing against me. Wow. I forget if it was after halftime that happened. I'm forgetting what was happening, but there's no way in general, kind of blabbering off topic. I think I got that part wrong, by the way. I don't know if it was after halftime. But anyways, there's no way that he is not making any tactical differences and just kind of letting the play go on. Like, what are you doing? Do something about the game. Make your tactical changes to counteract what Leicester's doing. Leicester is doing what Ruben Nistelrooy has always been doing at his previous clubs. You can look at how he played at PSV. I think it was PSV. And it's the exact same thing. You're telling me that you couldn't realize that? And you couldn't fix what was going on in the field? It's ridiculous. When that game ended, in my mind, for sure, Lopetegui's out. He's out. There's no way you're letting him continue. And yet, here we are. He has the Wolves game. You've given him the game against Wolves on Monday. And at this point, I'm not even mad at Lopetegui. I say that, but, I just said everything I just said. But I'm not even mad at him anymore. This is all down to the club. What are we doing as a club? You know you don't want Lopetegui anymore. And they've shown that by interviewing all these other managers. It was very public. I mean, when Lopetegui came to practice, I think everybody knew, or everybody expected him to get sacked. You're going to go there, you're going to get sacked, they're going to announce a new manager or whatever. But no, they give him Wolves. And like I said, it's not even Lopetegui's fault anymore. It's the club's fault. Because how are you handling this so poorly? You've already basically admitted you don't want him at the club anymore. Just sack him. Why are you making him go through all of this? Okay, we're gonna give you another game. You're not giving another game because you believe in him. You're giving him another game because you couldn't find a replacement. It was very open that we were talking to Potter and offering him like a 6 month contract or something, and he said no. And I think West Ham has come out and denied this, but I think from the rumors it was that they offered him Potter a 6 month contract, and he said no. Which, to be fair, I mean, like, you can't blame Potter. Look at the club the state's in. You're not gonna have any money really to spend on the January transfer window, and you only have 6 months. But there's also positives to the 6 month aspect because you gotta kind of get a feel for the club and decide if you want to continue, right? But anyways, it's clear that we just couldn't find a replacement, so we just let him stay. I mean, at least let Lopetegui out with some dignity. He's there right now, practicing with the players, training with the players, knowing that he's probably only here because they couldn't find a replacement. Just sack him. Get him gone. Make it done quick. I mean, think about it. His staff is probably asking, do we have a job here anymore? And like, are we gonna say, are we do we still have this job? Are we leaving? Where are we going? Blah 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 blah. He has to deal with all of that, and he has to deal with the players who probably, at this point, the players probably don't care anymore. They know he's not staying here. They're waiting for the next guy to come in so that they can pay attention to what he wants. Because Lopetegui's going to be here. He's probably going to get sacked after the Wolves game. And then the tactics are just going to change again. So why even, at this point, if you're a player, why even care about the tactics? I mean, you should, because it's your job. But, I mean, realistically. So Lopetegui has to deal with the players and his staff wondering if they're going to still have a job. Just sack him. Get someone from our team that's already there to be the head coach for a little bit until we get someone new. That's all you have to do. Let this man out with some dignity, at least. I don't like what he's doing with the team, but on a personal level, I feel for him. And so I think West Ham is dealing with this terribly. Terribly. And the options that were even been linked to with managers or head coaches are not good. I mean, they're better than what we're going to, hopefully they're better than what we're going to have right now, but they're just not what you want at the club. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I mean, there's so much to talk about. I'm kind of just hopping around everywhere. But next, I mean, Lopetegui with the players. Like I said, I already want him out, but how he's dealing with the players makes me even want him out even more because he's falling out with Talibo, and I really like Talibo. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. I keep mispronouncing words. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. But in this contract, we sign him if we don't get relegated. We sign him after the end of the season for 40 million. That is in his contract. If we stay up, that is happening. That is 4 million being spent. And you're telling me Lopetegui is not getting along with him? Even if Lopetegui stays, even if, highly unlikely, but even if, Talibo says he doesn't want to play if Lopetegui's here. So what are you going to do? Keep him sidelined for the rest of the season? Pay 40 million at the end of the season and try and sell him? We're not going to make any money back. And I personally think he has promised to be a really good defender. But no, he's not going to play if Lopetegui's here. And, it has come out and saying, oh, they made up. The Lopetegui and Talibo are all good now. I guess we'll see at Wolves if he's in a team sheet. But if he's not, this is terrible. Terrible player management from Lopetegui. I'm convinced he's lost the dressing room. I'm convinced. Because, I mean, knowing what Talibo's on what is on his contract, I think he's a good defender. I think he can become even better when he stays at the club. But we have the clause that we have to buy him, so you might as well use him. Right? Because, like I said, I think he could become a good defender. We're going to sign him. And I think he wants to stay here. I think so, if Lopetegui's gone, at least. And then we have Fulkrug. He scored his first goal. Amazing. But he's saying he's feeling homesick. I mean, this is kind of older news, but like I said, I've been wanting to make this video, so I've been kind of saving the news. But he's saying he's feeling homesick. Maybe he wants to go back to Germany. Rodriguez, he kind of regrets coming to the Premier League and not signing an extension, well, with his old club. Lopetegui apparently fell out with Mohamed Kudus. I don't know if they're better now. I'm blanking on that information right now. But he fell out with Mohamed Kudus. And he fell out with someone else. I forgot who else he fell out with. But it's just terrible player management too. This is terrible. And I just want him out of here. I really, really do. It's just not good for the club. And then also, it's come out that when Lopetegui was appointed as head coach, West Ham kind of gave him 3 big things. One was implement players that don't have the higher experience. Another one was, I'm really blanking. I'm forgetting what the second one was. But the other one was implement a new style to get more goal scoring opportunities. So something like that, right? So basically make more attacking football. Okay, makes sense, right? That's what the club wants. But if that's what the club wants, why are you hiring a defensive manager or head coach? Lopetegui is historically defensive. He plays his teams very defensive. And you expect him to completely switch his team into attacking mindset? It's ridiculous. You want an attacking type of team? Get an attacking manager. Not a defensive one. So I feel like Lopetegui was kind of at the start brought 2 steps back, because he's expected to do this when he's historically never done that. Right, so he kind of got off at a less than wanted start. And it's just like, what is the club doing? Right? Like, what are we doing? It's whoever has been making these decisions recently, which is probably David Sullivan. I mean, you just gotta admit that you're wrong. Wait, hold on. Is it David Sullivan? I'm forgetting. But a point is, whoever is mainly making these decisions, it's just, I don't think you should be allowed to continue making these decisions. I think it should be more of a full board meeting, trying to decide what should happen to the club. And then furthermore, I don't know if it just was left out of when Lopetegui was talking about this or what, but there was no mention of using our younger players. You might say, oh, well, it said that use players with less experience. But there's nothing directly saying use the academy players or things like that. We have a great academy. I feel like that's very much known about West Ham. We have a good academy system and players, and yet they are not out there. Like, I get it, you can't always put them out there, but, especially against Arsenal, when it's very clear that we're going to lose, why aren't you putting the younger players in to get experience at the Premier League level? It makes no sense. It's literally the best conditions you could have to want. Very low stakes. You basically already lost the game. Put in these players. Like the other day, Fulham against Brighton. Right? Fulham, okay, we have a 2-1 lead. We're putting on a youngster for his debut. And he did good. But the idea is you're at a lead, you're winning the game, you're likely going to continue winning the game. Put in young players to get experience and work with the first team. Look, overall, what's happening at the club is ridiculous. And we need change. Lopetegui needs to leave. I'm surprised he's getting the Wolves game, but he needs to leave. No matter if we win or what, he needs to get out of here. And if he wins, it's even worse, because then the board is going to be like, okay, maybe he can do this. We're going to keep him for another game. No, it's going to be the same recycle all over and over and over and over. He needs to get out of here. The club needs to make better decisions. The club just needs to improve, because how we're handling this situation is terrible. And things need to get better. I hope things get better. I'll probably make another video after the Wolves game to see how everything's going. because I want to see this club succeed. I really do. Like I said, I'm a fan of West Ham. I love West Ham. West Ham. They are the club that I support week in and week out, and it's just been hard. I feel like it hasn't been this hard since we were last in a possible relegation battle, and things just need to improve. Thanks for watching this. I hope you can enjoy. And like I said, I'll probably make another updated video about this after the Wolves game. But yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.